I wanted to jump on and do another update. So BTC, because the reason I wanted to make another video basically is because lots of people are getting excited at this bullish momentum and pressure coming into the markets. But I want to be the devil's advocate and say that hold your horses. I don't think this is it just yet. I think we need to wait and be patient. There's still a few things on the chart technically that are saying and painting a bearish picture that, could get people's hopes down. Okay, so weekly, obviously we had last week's closure trading back above the prior weekly level, so it was broken and then turned resistance, but broken back above, so now resistance turns support. Okay, so in this little breakdown, I'm going to paint a picture for both a bearish perspective and a bullish perspective, and where price may go up or down, A to B, systematically. So from the bearish perspective, okay, and now this is very macro, but also made up by the micro. What we can see is that price rallied all the way back up into the highs. Okay, we made a left shoulder, came down, made a neckline, broke this high, come back down, but not actually tested the neckline. And where I'm going with this is a much larger head and shoulders, which is frightening to say the least. But under the notion that this is what's playing out, we need to expect for the neckline to be tested, ideally liquidated, and then we may see that massive rally back up into this large head and shoulders. Okay, so 30k to 60k, that's step one. Scenario number two, okay, from a smaller time frame, is we've got a head and shoulders over here, and now we've broken that neckline. That's gone. We've broken the neckline, so let's clear this one up. So we've got our left shoulder, neckline, head, broken back below, but not retested, broken and liquidated this neckline here, and trading back above. So what I'm expecting is price to potentially come all the way back up into 52k, from a lower high, and then we can have a head and shoulders within a head and shoulders. I don't want to draw this back on because it'll get people too excited, but that's kind of where I'm headed. Okay, that's a good ideal situation, but I don't know if we're going to get that just yet. I still think we're going to liquidate the lows first before coming back up, like so. Which has caught a lot more people on the wrong side. We've got a much clearer defined head and shoulders, and it also gives us further opportunity because a deeper retracement will give us a higher probability of a further extension. So the lower it goes or the higher it goes, the further in the opposite direction I expect it to go, the law of balance, if you will. So on the daily time frame, if we step down, let me get rid of these, this is messing up my charts. We came down and we printed our low, 34,250. Call it 35k, directly to those two candle bodies right there. If we take a look at what this level actually is, it doesn't hold too much significance. It's just a little area of demand, right? Just two candle bodies where price broke out from, didn't come to retest until now. So from July until early Feb, or late Jan, actually. So I don't have too much of a trust or confidence in this level. And the way that I'm looking at it is, if you're building a building, if you will, and think of Bitcoin as a building, we want longevity, we want height, we want solid foundations put in place to hold the price up. This fucking low is not doing that. It's very weak. It's had two rejections down into it, probably off the back end of news, and it's not been confirmed as well just yet. It's not confirmed either, but it's just very weak. We didn't get any consolidation, signs of acceptance. We just got pushed straight away back on it, which is good because it shows that there's demand underneath, but it also shows that now there's liquidity below, and that's not what we want. We want to see confirmation. So if we come back up here, from a purely expectational market structure bias, if you will, once we take out this lower swing high, we switch bullish, okay? But what I do expect to see is catch more people on the wrong side of the market, take out this low, and actually tap into this range of consolidation that price dove down into, consolidated, broke out in January at the start, but didn't actually come up until retest it until now. It's on its way back up. So we can clear this level away, okay? And keep in mind that we may still respect. You know, we don't have to actually go up here. We can reject from here, but in my opinion, I think we may come up and breach the 46k level, especially because this is sat below 45, which is a nice round psychological level. So what I'm expecting is the lower high to print anywhere around here, and we may refine it up here into these regions. It's more so this range of supply where price made a low, a high, and then we broke. Okay, so it's this supply region here, but this is the first little inflection point where price may reject. Upon a rejection of that level, I'd be looking from a lower high from 46,000 into the first target of 34,000 and then 30,000. That is my bearish picture. But from a bullish perspective, because knowing we don't have to do that, and there's reasons for this upside move to come into 52.50 or 53 now, we can also paint the picture both ways. So it's all about hedging yourself and mitigating risk. What we can see from the bearish perspective is we've broken out, or the bullish perspective, we've broken out of this descending trend line with quite velocity, and we're trading back above the weekly support. So resistance turns support. We also have an open inverse head and shoulders, okay? So what price could be doing is just tagging this neckline. It may even come up like so, roll back down, form a higher low, and then rally up to the upside, like so. So there's no reason why it can't do this. Or it may even form a double bottom, take out this low, and then come up, you know, just make a little range. At that point, it would just look like this. But we're making things messy now, so we're going to get rid of it all. But then my two biases, perspectives, you know, it's all hanging on this 46k level. There's really not much to do or say. It's just waiting, being patient, letting the market tell you where it wants to go next. And just trading in accordance with it, systematic A to B. You know, we don't need to hold from down here all the way up to all-time highs to make money. We can be smart about it and take systematic profits A to B, from A up to B, A to B, A to B, A to B. You know, just step at a time. So all eyes on 46k. If we can breach this little level here, if we reject this or breach it, it's kind of all sat there, basically. This is what I'm trying to say, is that we're in the middle, we're in no man's land, we don't know what's happening just yet. It's a 50-50, there's confluences both ways, hold your horses. I'm looking for a rejection at 46,000, and then from there, it's gonna make the difference on whether we reject, make a higher low, or make a new lower low. And then we can go from there. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.